The dazzling lights of Madison Square Garden once reflected on the face of Selena Gomez, the young star admired by the whole world. But few knew that behind those glamorous performances, her heart was trembling in an invisible battle. In 2016, at the height of her career, Selena suddenly cancelled her entire tour. The news spread like a shockwave. A young, beautiful, successful singer with hundreds of millions of social media followers, forced to stop because of her mental health. Then came the hospitalizations, the tears in therapy rooms, the revelations about depression, anxiety, and later bipolar disorder. All of which revealed a very different Selena, fragile, conflicted, and profoundly human. It was a brutal contrast, from the Disney girl with the innocent smile to the woman struggling to fight the darkness within. And the big question arose: what drove Selena Gomez, one of the world's most beloved artists, to the edge of her mental health? And how did she manage to rise again from such depths? Before we dive into that journey, if you believe that these stories of healing deserve to be heard, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Because through each video, we not only witness the light and shadows of celebrities, but also discover hope for ourselves. Before the storms of mental struggle struck, Selena Gomez was once one of the brightest stars of her generation. Starting with the Disney Channel series Wizards of Waverly Place, Selena quickly became a global teen icon. Her radiant smile, natural charm, and captivating acting skills turned the small-town Texas girl into Disney's darling, standing shoulder to shoulder with Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato of that era. When she shifted into music, Selena continued to prove her place. With the band Selena Gomez and the Scene, she achieved major success through sweet pop hits. Transitioning to her solo career, Selena showed maturity with powerful chart toppers: Come and Get It, Good For You, Hands to Myself, and Lose You to Love Me, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Each musical release was carefully crafted, helping Selena rise as one of the top female artists in the American music industry. Beyond music, Selena became a highly sought-after face in the world of endorsements. She served as brand ambassador for major names like Coach and Puma, and for a time, she was the most followed celebrity on Instagram. Her image graced countless fashion magazines, red carpets, and prestigious entertainment events. To the public, she embodied the essence of America's sweetheart: sweet, talented, and brimming with positive energy. That peak was so dazzling that many believed Selena was living a perfect dream: a flourishing career, radiant beauty, and a love story followed by millions worldwide. But few realized that, hidden behind the glittering spotlight, the first cracks in her soul were beginning to appear, quietly growing into the storm that would sweep through her entire life. Behind the dazzling spotlight, Selena Gomez soon felt the heavy weight of fame. From her early 20s, she was living inside a glass cage of media scrutiny. Every action, every relationship, even each smile or tear was magnified to the world. Instead of enjoying her youth, Selena was burdened with enormous expectations, not only as an actress, singer, and producer, but also as a cultural icon. The pressure grew even heavier with the rise of social media. With hundreds of millions of followers on Instagram, Selena became the most watched person on the planet. Yet this overwhelming number drained her. In many interviews, she admitted that constant comparisons, judgments, and criticisms dragged her into a state of chronic anxiety. Every photo she posted was no longer a joy, but a battle against public opinion. On top of the professional strain, Selena also had to endure physical suffering. She was diagnosed with lupus, a serious autoimmune disease, and underwent a kidney transplant in 2017. The lingering pain, the long days of medication and treatment, slowly eroded her energy and inevitably deepened her mental exhaustion. As time went on, the cracks became more visible. Friends and colleagues noticed how easily Selena would sink into disappointment, sadness, and at times, retreat from even her closest circle. The public saw a young, radiant pop star, but behind the curtain, Selena wrestled with panic attacks and a haunting sense of emptiness. In silence, her soul was like a mirror starting to fracture with fine, invisible lines. And when fame, illness, and loneliness all collided, those tiny fractures quickly widened into deep cracks, signaling the arrival of a devastating psychological storm. In 2016, at the height of her revival tour, Selena Gomez suddenly announced the cancellation of her entire schedule. The initial explanation was health issues, but the deeper truth lay in the relentless waves of depression, anxiety, and the painful symptoms of lupus. For fans, the news was a shocking blow. But for Selena, it was a necessary halt, because if she kept going, she might have collapsed right on stage. During that period, Selena fell into a state of despair. Each morning, she wrestled with the question, do I have the strength to make it through the day? Panic attacks would strike without warning, an emptiness gnawed at her constantly, and loneliness in unfamiliar hotel rooms drained her spirit. On social media, millions awaited her smile, a photo, a message. Yet behind the screen, she was sinking deeper into darkness. In 2017, a kidney transplant gave Selena temporary relief from her physical pain, but her spirit remained fractured. Rumors, media scrutiny, public pressure, and heartbreak from personal relationships swirled together into a storm of mental anguish. Many times, Selena was hospitalized in psychiatric facilities to manage her depression and anxiety. The moment she publicly revealed her bipolar disorder in 2020 sent shockwaves across the world. It wasn't just the raw truth that stunned people, it was her rare courage, daring to name an illness that many still fear to speak aloud. Selena once shared, "When I found out exactly what I was facing, I felt relieved. It gave me an explanation, and more importantly, a direction." Selena Gomez's period of despair was not merely the downfall of a star. It was a mirror reflecting the crushing weight of the entertainment industry. A world where a radiant smile can hide tears, and where the spotlight can cast shadows deep inside the soul. For Selena, hitting rock bottom became the turning point, forcing her to choose: continue losing herself, or begin the journey of finding who she truly is. After months of sinking to the lowest depths of despair, Selena Gomez began her journey of rebirth, a path not paved with roses, but with challenges and patience. The most important decision she made was to embrace comprehensive treatment, committing to intensive therapy programs, staying consistent with prescribed medication, and learning to listen to both her body and her soul. What set this stage apart was that Selena no longer tried to hide. She openly spoke about living with bipolar disorder, treating it as a part of life rather than a source of shame. In many interviews, Selena admitted, "When I spoke the truth, I felt lighter. I no longer had to live behind a mask." Music once again became her therapy. Her 2019 hit "Lose You to Love Me" was not only the biggest success of her career, but also an anthem of healing, letting go of what is toxic in order to return to self-love. Its gentle melody and heartfelt lyrics resonated with millions, because everyone, at some point, must learn to let go in order to save themselves. At the same time, Selena focused on building a balanced life. She reduced her time on social media, prioritized exercise, meditation, and quality moments with family and friends, the people who truly understood and loved her. Setting new boundaries, daring to say no to demands beyond her limits, became the foundation of her recovery. Beyond the arts, Selena launched her beauty brand Rare Beauty, with a mission of promoting self-confidence and mental health. A portion of its profits go to the Rare Impact Fund, which supports mental health care for young people. In this way, Selena transformed her personal pain into a source of strength for the community, healing herself while offering hope to others. For Selena Gomez, rebirth was not about a glamorous comeback. It was about learning to live authentically, to embrace vulnerability, and to believe that even in the darkest of nights, light can still be found. When stepping out of the darkness, Selena Gomez did not return to the image of the perfect star that the public once knew. Instead, she chose to live authentically, with balance and depth. If in the past Selena tried to meet every expectation, now she dares to set boundaries, doing only what truly carries meaning for herself. Her music after therapy became more mature and genuine. Songs like "Lose You to Love Me" and "Look at Her Now" not only narrate her personal journey, but also became the voice of millions searching for healing. Every lyric is no longer just entertainment, but fragments of her soul carefully pieced back together after shattering. Selena also transformed her lifestyle. She now spends more time with family and close friends rather than chasing an endless schedule. Reducing social media usage, even entrusting her accounts to her team at one point, reflected her choice to value peace of mind over likes and numbers. At the same time, she nurtures herself with exercise, cooking, meditation, and simple habits that bring balance. Back at work, Selena no longer seeks to be number one at all costs. She chooses projects she truly believes in, such as Only Murders in the Building, which not only showcases her acting talent but also brings her creative joy. Alongside this, her brand Rare Beauty and the Rare Impact Fund stand as proof of a new vision, turning fame into a tool to create positive change for the community. The Selena Gomez of today is no longer the Disney girl of yesterday, nor the artist crushed by pressure. She is a grown woman who has endured pain, faced her shadows, and, most importantly, chosen to live a life of peace and profound meaning. When Selena Gomez went public with her treatment journey and bipolar disorder diagnosis, public reactions erupted in waves. Some audiences initially expressed doubt, calling her weak for letting emotions affect her career. A few even criticized her repeated breaks from work, labeling it as unprofessional for an international star. But on the other side, a much larger wave of fans and mental health experts voiced their support. They saw in Selena a courageous example, someone brave enough to admit she needed help, willing to shatter the old stereotype that celebrities must always be flawless. On social media, the hashtag #WeLoveYouSelena once trended globally, with millions of messages filled with empathy and encouragement for her healing journey. The release of her documentary My Mind and Me, 2022, further cemented Selena's role as a new symbol for mental health. Instead of hiding, she chose to show the world her vulnerability, her tears, and even her darkest breakdowns. Many viewers confessed that this very film inspired them to seek therapy or learn to love themselves more deeply. Gradually, from a star once questioned, Selena Gomez became the voice of a generation learning to value inner peace. Her journey helped reshape society's perspective. Mental illness is not an ending, but can be the beginning of a more meaningful life. Selena Gomez's story is not only that of an international star, it is a testament to the fragility and resilience of humanity itself. From the Disney spotlight to the shadows of illness and mental struggle, Selena has lived through it all. Applause, criticism, breakdowns, and the courage to rise again. What makes her journey extraordinary is the choice she made. Instead of hiding, she dared to confront and share it all, turning raw truth into a source of strength for millions. Selena showed that rebirth does not mean returning to dazzling fame, but learning to live authentically, respecting one's limits, and finding peace within the soul. And perhaps the most profound message from Selena Gomez's story is this: anyone can fall, but everyone deserves to heal. This is not just the story of an artist, but a reminder to us all, ordinary people struggling under the pressures of daily life. And what about you? In Selena Gomez's journey, do you see a fragile star, a brave woman, or a role model for healing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you value these human stories, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to join us on the next journeys.